The Young and the Restless spoilers Friday, September 6 reveal that Lily is facing a series of challenges not only from the outside but also from within the Chancellor company that she used to manage. Feeling pressure from Billy Abbott, Lily decides to go to Jack Abbott to give serious warnings. Lily believes that Billy is trying to overthrow her and take control of Chancellor. With his growing ambition, Billy is not only running the company, but he is also secretly encroaching on power, creating potential risks that can collapse the entire Abbott Chancellor Corporation. He will drag your family name into this vortex if we don't take measures to stop him, Lily warns Jack, making him increasingly worried about the path Billy is taking. Jack, who has always been worried about his younger brother, now faces a difficult situation. What can he do to save the situation and help Billy regain his sanity? Meanwhile, Billy is not only accused by Lily of seizing power at Abbott Chancellor, but also makes another bold move that makes Jack even more worried. Billy's increasingly reckless actions not only threaten the company's existence but also directly affect the Abbott family's name and legacy. This makes Jack think about what to do to stop his brother before things become irreparable. Meanwhile, another development is gradually revealed when Nikki Newman decides to pass some intelligence related to Billy to Victor Newman. This could be the turning point in the secret war between Billy and Victor. Victor has always looked at Billy with a reserved gaze, not trusting his abilities and goals. With information from Nikki, Victor has a great opportunity to take down Billy, but a deal with Lily could complicate things. Lily, seeing the opportunity to regain control of Chancellor, makes a surprising proposal. She is willing to share important information about Billy's weakness, but in return, she wants Victor to hand over the control of Chancellor to her. However, this plan is not easy to implement when Victor has promised Nikki that she will take over the management of the company after successfully taking over. However, in the calculating business world of Newman, there is always room for compromise. Nikki may consider sharing power with Lily, or even accepting her as his right-hand woman, helping to run the company effectively. Victor, who is always far-sighted, may discuss carefully with Nikki to find the best solution to handle this situation, especially when Billy is involved. Meanwhile, in another development, Kyle Abbott has a tense discussion with Claire Grace. After many days of thinking, Kyle finally admits to Claire that Victor pressured him to find a replacement for Harrison Abbott's nanny position, because Victor wants Claire to return to work at the Newman Empire. This comes as a surprise to Claire, who has grown attached to Harrison after working with him. Kyle, with sincerity, reminds Claire of how much Harrison admires her. However, he also admits that Victor is not someone who will let anything go once he has made up his mind. Kyle knows that Claire leaving Abbott and returning to Newman will be difficult for both of them, but he also understands that Claire must take responsibility for the path she chooses, especially after years of living under Jordan's control. Kyle and Claire's feelings are more than just a boss-employee relationship. There is a clear spark between the two, and Kyle cannot deny it. Claire, while trying to maintain a professional distance, feels Kyle's attraction. However, Claire refuses to have any romantic relationship with her boss, as she does not want to complicate the situation. But if she decides to move on to work for Victor, this obstacle will no longer exist. Kyle and Claire are indeed making new developments in their relationship. With all that is happening, whether love can blossom between them is still an open question. Claire, after years of being controlled and influenced by Jordan, may find new freedom and choice in her relationship with Kyle. However, her future does not entirely depend on Kyle or Victor, it also depends on how she will determine her own path. Back to Billy's situation, not only Victor and Nikki, but also Jack are considering their next move. Jack, with his love for his brother, does not want to see Billy get bogged down in the path of power and blind ambition. However, Billy's reckless actions may cost him everything, and that makes Jack increasingly wonder if there is a way to get Billy back on track. Chance meets Summer Newman, who is enjoying a moment of peace in her life after a long period of stress. Summer's life seems to be getting back on track, thanks to her good relationship with her boyfriend and the insightful advice Chance has given her. Those tips not only help Summer improve her personal life but also give her confidence and direction in her career. While the two are talking, Chance suddenly updates Summer on the situation at Abbott Chancellor. He reveals that Billy Abbott has fired Lily Winters and is turning the company into a place controlled by himself, acting like a megalomaniac. Not only is Billy taking control, he is also making many controversial decisions that make employees and partners unhappy. Billy's arrogance is gradually losing the balance of the company. Chance hints at a bold and radical strategy he is thinking of to deal with Billy, but Summer, in her bold thinking, believes that such bold moves may be the only way to control and handle Billy. After parting ways with Summer, Chance continues his journey to the office to meet Billy. Meanwhile, Billy, in the rush to run the company, is immersed in a series of phone calls, forgetting that he has a lunch date with his daughter Katie Abbott. Billy's busy schedule makes him neglect his fatherly responsibilities, which makes Katie feel like she is not being cared for by her father. However, instead of being disappointed, Katie decides to suggest rescheduling the lunch to another day, but deep down, she is relieved that Billy decided to spend time with her. To her, that is more important than anything else at the moment, because Katie has a big problem to share. During lunch, Katie begins to confide in Billy about her field hockey team. She was confident that she was the best player on the team, but she didn't know how to convince the other members that she should be the captain. However, when Billy kept getting work calls, Katie quickly lost patience. To her, Billy's work seemed more important than anything else, and this frustrated her. Billy, in remorse, tried to justify that every decision he made was for the sake of the family legacy, for the sake of Katie and Johnny's future. But when he saw Katie's disappointed eyes, he understood that he had let work take too much of his family life. Finally, Billy hung up the phone and really listened to his daughter. He gave her some sincere advice, saying that being a captain was not only about skill but also about respect and trust from his teammates. The lunch ended on a positive note, with Billy promising to spend more time with his family, especially Katie. After Katie leaves, Chance goes to the office to see Billy, and their conversation quickly turns tense. Billy, in his smug leadership mindset, wonders if Chance is here to apologize for his role in the previous confrontation. However, Chance flatly denies it, emphasizing that he is not here to apologize, but to clear things up. This is not just a personal matter between the two of them, but also important decisions that affect the company and other employees. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Sharon Newman is worried about Faith, who is still recovering from a kidney transplant. The delay in testing and health checks makes Sharon feel that something is wrong. Although Nick Newman tries to reassure her that the doctors are just being cautious, the fact that Faith will have to stay in the hospital longer than Lucy makes Sharon unable to shake off her worries. Phyllis Summers suddenly shows up at the hospital with a teddy bear for Faith. Sharon, who had always had a grudge against Phyllis, was immediately upset. She not only refused Phyllis' presence but also tried to kick her out of the room, claiming that Faith was sleeping. However, Phyllis, seemingly calm, remained in the hospital and entered the waiting room with Nick. There, she comforted him with a gentle touch on the face, an act of sympathy that was accidentally seen by Sharon. The image made Sharon extremely upset, causing her emotions to explode. Jealousy mixed with anxiety made Sharon increasingly lose control. Faith finally woke up to find Phyllis sitting by her bed. Instead of being confused, Faith was happy to see Phyllis and immediately talked to her. Faith, still feeling guilty about the accident, worried that Phyllis would be angry with her. But Phyllis gently denied it, asserting that no one was to blame in that situation, calming Faith's mood. Meanwhile, Sharon is eavesdropping from outside, and the tension grows when a mysterious figure appears. Subscribe to Yonder to stay up to date with the latest news on our channel.